everyone, this is Jen. Today we're going to be making a paper craft project, and this is what we're doing. It is a milk carton box with some Halloween goodies in it, and I left this kind of sloppy looking at the top so I can untie it and just kind of show you. You can see this is filled with treats, like a lot of them. I'm not going to spill them out, but I fit a lot of treats in here. This isn't something that I would probably hand out to trick-or-treaters or things, but we have 9 nephews, and in addition to our own children, and so I usually try to do something a little extra special for them. So I am going to be making something like this for those guys. What we're going to do today is we're going to make the same project just with this paper here. And what I did the other day was, if I get time to add it to this video, I did some watercolors with distress ink. I just kind of took my little ink, I had the little ink cubes with the distress ink, and I ran them down, tried to do a little bit of a design, and created this paper. At the time, I did that because I didn't have any Halloween paper, so I was trying to find some way to do a Halloween project. I have since went to Hobby Lobby and found some Halloween scrapbook paper. So that's what this was made out of. And I'm going to do the same project using my watercolor that I did the other day. This piece measures 9 by 7.5. So what we're going to do is, when my trimmer that I have needs a new blade, and so as you can see, I kind of chewed up this end. So this is going to be our bottom edge. So I am going to lay that down there. If you can see the chicken scratches on the back of this paper where I marked on it, ignore that. I thought I was, yeah, anyways, just listen to me instead of looking at this. So on the 7.5 side, and I am going to score on the white side of the paper so that it's easier to see. We are going to score at, actually I'm going to turn it this way. These marks may be right, actually. I did a couple different projects last night inside the house, and I was, just thinking in my head measurements and things, and a couple of them didn't work out, but I'm thinking this one actually is correct. So here we go. 7.5 side, we're going to score at 1/2 inch and 2 inches, 5.5 inches. Now, just something to keep in mind, because you can see as this is, if you have patterned paper that needs to go a certain direction, you'll want to kind of keep that in mind. So the side that we just scored is the horizontal side. Okay, so if you were doing some kind, like I had pumpkin paper, and I was really trying to think, if I used that paper, how would I have to turn it and so forth. So if you have pattern paper, you'll need to be aware of how the pattern is and how you're scoring. That was the 7.5 side. We're going to turn it to the 9-inch side, and we're going to score at 2, 4, 6, and 8. And there we go. I'm going to put this away. Grab my scissors. So what we have, 1, 2, 3, we have 4 sections. We're going to cut this bottom section out. And like I said, this is watercolor paper, so it's a little bit thicker. I'm going to kind of cut this at an angle so that it folds up easier. I want to keep this piece and this piece. So basically these 4 sections here are 2 inches, and this one was the smaller section. I want to keep this one and this one, and I'm going to cut out this top one here because we will not need that. So this is what you're left with. I do not use a bone folder usually whenever I'm reinforcing my score lines. I just use my fingers. Okay, so this is the bottom of our box, and when I cut my pieces out down here on the bottom, for the bottom of the box, I do cut them at a slight angle. Well, I usually make it a little more neat than that. I have got to tell you, my hands are kind of cold right now. For those of you who have watched my other video, like my my startup video with for my new building, it's not completely like insulated yet, and we went from 80-degree weather to 40-degree weather. So I come out here to work and my hands are a little cold, so they're not working quite as well as they should be. Alright, this is what we have. What we're going to do is put adhesive here. Gonna fold this over, match those up. Alright, everything together. And since this is the line where we folded, this is going to be the back. So we're going to fold in that, that, that. I'm actually going to put a little bit of adhesive on these other pieces so they don't have a tendency to come up. All right. So that's the bottom of the box. Then what we're going to do is just pinch, and things kind of fall. And sometimes you have to stick your hand in there, kind of manipulate your score lines a little bit, but this one's going together pretty well. This corner back here needs a little help. Oh, this is where I actually had the overlap to join the box together, so it may be a little stiff back there because there's extra paper. But there we go. There's the box. It's actually very pretty, the colors all going together like that. So what we're going to do is, I put my hole punch up, so I'm not going to go back and get it because I don't want to make the video longer. But just like this one here, I'm going to punch 2 holes in the top little part. I'm going to run some like orange twine through it. And then for my sentiment, for my label, excuse me, I probably have Halloween stamps, but right now my craft stuff is so spread out since I'm moving into the new building, I couldn't find them. So what I did was, I know that I have seen this sentiment on a stamp, and I don't know if it was a Stampin' Up stamp or whatever, but it says, "A scary treat for you to eat." So I just went to my computer, I used the Printmaster program, and made some stickers more or less, but I didn't print them out on sticker paper, I printed it out on cardstock. So I made that, I printed, I don't know, like 20 on a piece of paper. They're 1.5 inches by 1.5 inches, and then I took a black piece of cardstock to mat it, and it is, the black is 1 3/4 by 1 3/4. So I'm just going to stick I'm gonna try to get it centered up. Like I said, my fingers are not working and the black cardstock's gonna tear, but once you get this over it, you're not gonna see it. Okay. So there's that. And then, these are the only, I know I have foam tape. Once again, it's lost in Never Never craft land. So I am going to use these, because these are the only foamies I can find. Take off the backing. Stick this right on the front of our treat box, and that's what we have for today. So thanks for watching, and have a great day.